This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Beamer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Dentures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Welcome, everybody, to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we start out with our pregame show. And we're going to start out, first of all, talking a little bit about these teams. We mentioned earlier in the girls' game that these two teams tackled earlier in the season where the Sholo Cougars came out 72-70 victorious over the Snowflake Lobos in Hatch Toyota Arena in Sholo, Arizona. And now we switch to the Den at Snowflake High School. But it should be noted that that game in Sholo, the Lobos were down 18 at one point in the third quarter and came storming back and were able to get within two, actually had a lead at one point, and just could not pull it off in the end. So as you throw out all the stats, you throw out all the rankings, and you tackle. So, Abe, I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm joined by Abe Bodden. Abe, thoughts on the pregame as we get set to go?
You know, Aaron, as I watched the Snowflake boys take on Chinley the other night, it became really obvious that they feed off of their defense. When their defense is rolling and they're turning the other team over, that's when they thrive. Their offensive sets, they don't really have a go-to scorer this year. It's sort of whoever is hot. And so defensively, it's where they get going. And so look for the Lobos to run Sholo off the three-point line tonight because that's what killed them in the first game. Sholo first half, were lighting the nets on fire. So Snowflake's got to be able to run them off the three-point line, and Sholo's got to respond to that. Sholo does have some guys. You know, Preston Powers, one of the best big guys in the entire region. Sholo can give it to him, and he can go get buckets underneath, and that's going to be their key. Make sure you run good offensive sets, limit turnovers, limit the big momentum plays that Snowflake is going to look to get, and that will be the recipe for success for both teams tonight.
And that's our Ace Hardware keys to the game. Anything else? I'm trying to think of anything else I can add. And one of the things that Abe brought up was Preston Powers. And I'm not going to say the Cougars rise and fall with Preston Powers, but he's a huge heart and soul of this team. And so if Preston has a good night, I think the Cougars can roll very easily over these Snowflake Lobos. The Lobos, like you said, in our Ace Hardware keys to the game, they kind of are going with whoever has the hot hand. We don't even have – we have an idea of who Sholo's probably going to start. We can't even begin to tell you who Snowflake is going to start until we announce it. So next we move on to our Summit Healthcare Injury Report. And as far as we know, both teams have everybody warming up. As far as the coaches say, the only injuries were preseason or other sport injuries that we're nursing. No major injuries to report from our Summit Healthcare Injury Report. So
we will see if Merrick Goldberg is back. He was not there Wednesday night against Chinley.
That's true. He wasn't last Friday.
Merrick was not there, and I think he missed the game last week too. So he appears to be out there warming up, but we'll see maybe where that one comes today, Aaron.
And that could be a big one for the Lobos, as that is our Ace Hardware keys to the game and our Summit Healthcare Injury Report. Folks, they have 2 minutes and 23 seconds back on the clock. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to bring you our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. We're going to roll some to our sponsors, but don't go anywhere. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN. Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right, not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as public address announcer Travis Flake is going to announce the starting lineups for the Cougars and the Lobos. The Lobos come into this game ranked
Number 7.
7, and the
Cougars were 12.
Cougars are 12, so a 7-12 matchup as Nash Brewer listed as a starter for the Cougars. Next, we have Thomas Ellsworth, some classic Sholo names. And there we have Preston Power. Is it Powers or
No.
Power?
That one was Cutter Seeley, number 10.
Oh, Seeley is 10, yeah, and then Powers.
It is Power, I guess.
It is Power,
Sorry,
okay.
I called him Powers at the beginning.
I did as well, so it is Power. And we have Cameron Wallentyne. Now, Abe, the first thing I notice, and I know you notice it too, is there is going to be a height disparity that the Lobos are going to have to contend with as
100%.
As the Lobos starting lineup to the background of the Alan Parsons Project Sirius. Remember this from the late, great Chicago Bulls dynasty? And, I almost want to hear Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, except Jordan was always the last one announced.
Yeah.
From North Carolina, from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen.
When the NBA was good, Aaron.
Oh, the NBA. Those were the days. Abe, we cannot say enough. So I'm Aaron Hewish, Abe Bodden. We have Mel and RJ in the truck. We have Robin, Ron, Jameson, and Justice on the cameras. And we have an exciting broadcast as we have Carson Lewis, J.J. Hall, Asher Brewer, Brock Irvin, and Aiden Kaur for the Snowflake Lobos. As the traditional across the floor, shake hands with the coaches. James Simmons. Mr. Jim Simmons comes in here coaching the Show Low Cougars. Spent some time at some different places around the state. I believe he was at Globe for a little bit. I believe he was at the big town of Ray.
And is this his second year now?
Second or third, yeah.
Okay.
And the Lobos coached by Coach Joe Clare, who has coached a few things. He's been our track coach here at Snowflake. He's been the girls basketball coach, and as well as now our boys basketball coach. So Brewer against Power to jump center as head referee for tonight's game, Quinn Ashton. And this is our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off to the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College with locations in Navajo and Apache County, as Ellsworth controls the tip inside to Power. No good. Intercepted by Brewer. Brewer ahead to Lewis. Lewis is going to have that. No, it is stolen by Ellsworth. Ellsworth long court pass to Power. Power three-point shot. No good. Rebound Irvin. And right away, Abe, I noticed that Power is going to play a swingman role. He is not going to dip inside and just play that big man center role post underneath. He's going to play all over.
Yeah, you're right, Aaron. He stands at 6'4", but he plays sort of what you're seeing in modern-day basketball, is that stretch four type guy that can take it outside and inside.
Dirk.
Yep. Good look by JJ there.
As that's going to be Asher Brewer, puts it up for two. Asher Brewer, 2 points. Lobos. Ellsworth with the ball, crosses over.
Looks like Lobos are going to be in a zone, Aaron. We'll see if Sholo shoots them out of it, but this is going to be one of the keys to look for.
As that goes in the hands of Wallentine, number 24. Wallentine for two. And 1 minute into the game, we have a 2-2 tie as J.J. Hall brings it across for the Lobos.
A good bucket there by Wallentine. Little lefty along the baseline. Here's Aiden for three.
There's Aiden Core for three. No good off the mark. And, I watched a game the other night. I wasn't able to make it to the Chinley game, but I watched Aiden Core play, and Aiden Core had some great defensive stuff going on for the Lobos. J.J. Hall for three. That one's no good. Rebound is to 5. That is Ellsworth, as Hall had a good look. Now,
3 really good looks there by the Lobos from three-point land. They'll need to start burying those to stay in this game.
I agree with you as Brewer gets the ball on the far side to Wallentine. Wallentine no good. Rebound is Cutter. And that's going to go back to Brewer. Brewer now to the middle to Ellsworth. Ellsworth at the top of the key. Inside to Seeley, and that's going to be intercepted. And that's what I just talked about with Aiden Core, and that's defensively. Core into Brewer. Brewer puts it up and in. Brewer no good. Brewer goes to the floor. No foul, no harm, as Brewer falls to the floor. And I love a good little physicality letting slide in the basketball game. I think it just makes the game better, as that's going to be Ellsworth long three-point pass or shot, no good. Bounces around, put back up, but no. That's going to be the Lobos and Aiden Core. Aiden Core now crosses the time stripe. Aiden Core dribbles to his left. Now he loses it, but it's going to be gathered in and maintained by Brewer. And we're going to whistle, and we're going to have a blocking foul, and that's going to be the first team foul on the Show Low Cougars as we are early on to this game.
Well, we saw it on the last defensive possession for the Lobos. It's going to be tough to rebound on that backside with big Powers or Preston Power coming down off of that backside help, and he's got Aiden Core by probably a good foot, and maybe not that much. Aiden knows that I love him. I'm probably teasing him a bit, but but it's going to be a tough rebounding assignment on that backside. So something to keep an eye out there for you as you watch the broadcast today.
Well, and you have Power and Brewer set up right now, but down underneath you kind of had a Power Core matchup with Aiden, as Irvin goes up, misses it, gets a rebound, looks to outbound the pass, takes it again, left side or left hand, no good, and his 2 shots fall short as Brewer's going to bring it across. As Brewer over to Seeley, inside to Power to Ellsworth, Nash Brewer for 3, no good, rebound Aiden Core. And I know it's early, but we're going to give a little bit, Aiden Core might be in line for that Deemer's Glass man of the game. I look for him, and I look for a couple of these Show Low Cougars. As Lewis goes up, and Lewis is, dare I say, stuffed by Wallentine. As that was all ball. That was great defense by Wallentine.
Carson thought he had the beat on because he did initially, but Wallentine with a good switch. Oh, good.
Here's J.J. Hall for 3.
Yep.
That is good, J.J. Hall for 3. Now, Abe, were you at the game last Friday when the Snowflake Lobos took on the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets?
I was not, nope.
J.J. Hall hit a near side corner 3 off the basket to send us into overtime. Now the Lobos lost to the Jackets.
I guess I watched that part because I heard about it, so I had to go watch it.
Hey, Abe Bodden tuning into iTalk 106.7.com. Sholo Ford's presentation of iTalk on iTalk1067.com, as now we're going to have Wallentyne with the great defense bringing into Power. Power, no good rebound. Coor. Abe, I think that's Coor's 4th rebound of the game.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Aaron, it will be a big advantage for the Lobos if Aiden can continue to clear that glass, because what Aiden gives up in height, he does not give up in heart. That kid will compete until the cows come home, and that's why I love coaching him on the baseball team, and it's why he finds himself playing 3 sports here at the varsity level.
The other thing I want to say about Aiden Coor is the only word I can use is tenacious when I've seen him.
Yes.
So to see him work into a starting role as Lewis dribbles up and around, Lewis is going to have it roll in and out. Bad fortune for him. Rebound, Wallentyne over to Seeley. I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with Wallentyne so far. I had not really seen or known him. His power is going to look no good. That's going to be a 3-point. That's going to go Ellsworth. No good. Nash Brewer with the rebound. Nash. Wow. Nash Brewer with a serious rebound and some serious air. He was probably 9 foot in the air when he let that ball go, Abe.
Yeah, good to see Nash back out on the basketball court. He had his football injury, and glad that he could make it back out here to play some basketball. Just an incredible athlete. You saw it on display right there.
As Irvin loses the ball, or Irvin shoots the ball, no good. Rebound is by Hall. Now we got an inside pass to Brewer, no good. That's going to go to Lewis. Lewis dribbles in. Now he's going to throw it over to Hall, who's going to try to force it in, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds, and that is going to stay here and belong to the Lobos, as the Sholos is going to have their first substitution of the game, as Cohen Stoddard is going to check in for the Sholo Cougars. Great crowd on hand here at the Den at Snowflake High School, as J.J. Hall is going to shoot a 3-point shot, no good. We're going to whistle, and there's going to be a foul, and I'm wondering, they're saying out of bounds, so it's not going to be a shooting, but that ball is going to go to the Lobos, and that's going to be the 3rd team foul for the Cougars with about 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes left here.
Yeah, I think Stoddard was trying to fight through that screen and just got a little too physical.
There's Aiden Coor to inbound to Hall. Hall with the ball at the top of the key. Now Hall dribbles to his right. Inside to Irvin. Irvin loses it. Now Irvin
Good
dives
hustle
for it.
by Brock.
Great Irvin, and Irvin's going to get whistled. No, he's going to get called for traveling.
Ooh.
I thought that since he dove back in, they might get called. And the Snowflake faithful, Abe, they do not like that call. But you look over at the Sholo crowd, and they agree with that. They love
no one's
it.
biased at all, are they?
No one's biased at all.
No one wants the right call. They just want the right call for their team, right? So,
hey,
tough call there, but probably the right one is Brock was sliding on the floor as he had possession of the ball.
Well, and in basketball, Abe, the officials do have a lot of control over the game. They do in football and they do in baseball. As that is going to be.
There's old Wallentyne again.
Is Wallentyne, and now he's saying, no. I can do this Deemer's glass man of the game too. As there goes Lewis. Lewis over to Coor. Coor looks. Now Coor sends it inside. Great dish to Hall. Hall has it knocked away. Power, I believe, was the one with defense. Now Power's going to send it up to Wallentyne, and Wallentyne goes for a layup, and he is fouled, so he gets to go to the line to shoot too, as Aiden Coor kind of.
Yeah, you see him coming right into your screen there. Just a good hard play there. Aiden's not going to give up the easy layup in the transition and make Wallentyne earn it. The touch Wallentyne's got, I'd expect him to step up here and hit a couple of free throws for us. So
Sholo does have a 5-6 lead, or 5-6, yes, but a 6-5 lead. Let's do right and announce the the winning team that's up right now first, as Wallentyne's going to shoot his couple. Wallentyne, lefty. Does Wallentyne play baseball?
I've never seen him on the baseball field.
Well, and
Aaron,
when I see a lefty and I talk to a baseball coach, my first thought is, because I had a baseball coach in high school, great man, and he used to say, anybody know any lefties?
Yeah.
Wallentyne's second free throw is off, and that is going to be a huge rebound by Stoddard. Stoddard tries to put up no good, as Brewer's going to get the rebound. Now Brewer's going to bring it out, but it's going to be given to Lewis. Lewis going to have it stolen by Brewer. Brewer now on the near side. Brewer back to Wallentyne, back to Brewer. Brewer on the near side at the base, or at the edge line. Wallentyne now brings it to the side of the key. That's going to be off the mark, and that is going to belong to.
It'll be Cougars ball.
It is going to be. It should be Cougar ball.
At least I think so. Oh no! They're gonna say Sholo touched it last night.
Abe, we need to just.
Looked to me like Ezra had hit that out, but referees must have seen something different.
Ezra Baum checking in the game just a little bit ago. Ezra Baum and Landon Clare. So it's Clare, Lewis, Irvin,
and
Baum, and Brewer. As Lewis goes, Lewis 5-foot jumper, and Power
Getting after it a little bit.
Preston Power.
Oh, they're going to call a foul. I thought they called out of bounds.
I thought they called out of bounds too.
Oh, they called a foul.
They called that out. Okay. That is the 14th foul, but Power must have got him with the body because I thought he got all ball. As that's going to bring Lewis to the line to shoot a couple. That is good.
Yeah, Preston was letting Carson have it a little bit, and Carson's going to get the final say as he steps up the line and buries the first.
And Preston had every right to think that he, because I didn't think he got him, but we're not down there, we're not officiating. Cougar ball over to Brewer. Brewer in front of the Snowflake bench. Now Brewer over to Wallentyne. Wallentyne, floating jumper, no good, rebound. Irvin out-rebounds Power and Wallentyne. As here comes Landon Clare.
Good stat.
As Landon Clare goes left, goes right, scoops it up and in. 9-6 lead for the Lobos, minute 20 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, beautiful little Euro step there by Landon Clare, the sophomore, as he gets out in transition. And like what we talked about, Aaron, good defense leads to transition buckets for the Lobos. That's what they're after tonight.
As Power puts it in for two, his first points of the game and brings them within one. And you know, Abe, I got to think that at some point Sholo's going to try to go to this height advantage, but we haven't seen it yet. The Lobos have been doing just as good of a job rebounding as the Cougars have with their height advantage. As now Landon Clare has it at the top of the key, Landon over to Lewis. Lewis in front of the Sholo bench. Lewis to his left, now to Brewer. Brewer at the top of the key, three-point line. Brewer tries to pass it, it's knocked in. And that is going to be intercepted by Brewer. Brewer's going to get the ball to the line, but he's going to be whistled and out of bounds. And we're going to get ourselves a sub as Seeley checks into the game for the Sholo Cougars.
Well, and you saw Coach Clare on that last play sort of telling Asher, hey, don't force it. We're going to get it if you run the offense, but don't force anything.
Here's Baum. Baum dribbles it down into Irvin. Irvin
shot there by Brock.
And the Lobos kind of have the hot hand. You get that feel that that quarter is going to be a great thing for the Sholo Cougars. As now Wallentyne gets it over to Brewer. To Seeley. Seeley back to Ellsworth. Oh! Comfort bit Dentures. Three-point shot. And that is Cutter. Seeley now ties the game.
And just great offense there by the Sholo Cougars out of to attack the zone defense of the Lobos. So 7-6, 5 seconds left. Lewis ball up for the three.
Got it.
That
is good. And we're going to go take a timeout. That's a Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. We're going to take a break. The Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Winning takes focus, preparation, and support. Keep focused on your dream career while saving thousands in tuition costs at Northland Pioneer College. We're here to support your goals and see you succeed. Visit npc.edu to see our programs. An academic advisor will get you on the right path to achieve your educational goals. Northland Pioneer College, expanding minds, transforming lives.
As we are back with Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball, and we're in for an alternating possession, which leads us to our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College with locations in Navajo and Apache County. As the Lobos inbound the ball, Baum to Lewis. Back over to Brewer. Brewer now to Lewis. Far side, inside to... That is Ezra Baum for 2.
Yeah, good look there by Lewis as he finds Baum on the little curl. That's just solid offense for the Lobos.
16-11 as Wallentyne.
That great rebound there by Brock as he's able to soar up over a few Cougars.
Abe, I have been impressed with Wallentyne. I know he fell short on that three-pointer, but he does not. Oh, as we get a give and go, and Landon Clare's going to put it up for 2. Great assist there by the Snowflake Lobos, as there's a shot of Coach Simmons looking a little bewildered as Irvin knocks it out. Irvin goes after it, and now Irvin gets his own block, steal, goes down, and that's going to be Landon Clare, puts it up, no good. Carson Lewis, rebound, Lewis, no good. And now we have a rebound by Power. Power ahead to
Dunk
Wallentyne.
time.
Wallentyne.
I thought Wallentyne had it in him there, and I was hoping for a dunk right there.
Hey, what nationality is Wallentyne?
I don't know.
It's kind of I haven't heard that one too many places.
Yeah, good-looking ball player though.
Great looking ball player. That is his second rejection, and I'm just going to call it a block. That is Wallentyne's second rejection, Abe, on the night. As now the Cougars drive with Preston Power. Power puts it up, no good. Rebound is by Lewis. Lewis up to Claire. And Claire's going to get called for the carry. Now, hey, you can probably help me on this a little bit better, but I understand that Preston Power can hit a baseball a pretty long ways.
He can. He's a good baseball player. He pitches well for the Cougars.
And he plays first base.
Well, plays first base. Yeah,
I'm shocked in that frame they would put him at first base. And I'm shocked that
no one's ever played him anywhere else, I'm sure. You know, it's like, all right, find the tallest guy, put him at first, right? So, no, Preston's a good ball player.
As there's Wallentyne. Wallentyne missed the shot, but we're going to say long court pass to Brewer. Wallentyne with the assist. There's Brewer.
Yeah, if you asked Wallentyne, he was passing there. That was not a shot.
18-15. Lobos feel like they're in control, but the Cougars only down 3. 6 minutes left.
Well, Lobos had a 7-point lead. Cougars are cutting into it right now. Ty Boone into the game here for the Lobos.
As there's Brewer back to Boone. Boone's going to shoot a 3. No good. Rebound is. There's our man Wallentyne. Great job by him as he's going to send it to Brewer. Brewer's going to bring it across inside to Power. Power over to Seeley. Seeley back to Brewer. Now to Ellsworth. Over on the far side by the Lobo bench. There's Brewer back to Ellsworth. Brewer at the top key, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Brewer to his left. Now to Seeley. No good from three-point range. Rebound is now Seeley, or Ellsworth, gets his own rebound. Ellsworth to Brewer, back to Seeley, or Ellsworth over to Wallentyne.
Great offense there by the Cougars.
Is that Power up and in?
Yeah,
yes,
that was Preston Power, and great assist there by Wallentyne as he takes what the defense is giving him, which is the baseline there. Power just shapes up right there for the easy 10-footer.
My apologies to Ellsworth and Seeley getting them mixed up because Ezra Baum's going to shoot a 3. No good. Rebounded Boone. Boone's going to put seemingly an easy bucket back up, and he's not, and that's going to be rebounded by Wallentyne. And Boone is going to kind of hack him and put him down. That's going to be Boone's first personal. That is going to be the first team foul of the Snowflake Lobos of the second quarter. 18-17, 1-point lead by the Lobos. As that is number 20, Hadley Dazen, checking in for the Cougars, as well as Mason Bigos. I'm not sure how to say that one. Abe, you got a thought on that one? Bigos?
I'd probably go Bigos, yeah.
Bigos is safe. Bigos into the game wearing number 3. Sholo comes out in their black uniforms, gold lettering trimmed in green. Snowflake comes out in their home whites, blue lettering trimmed in black. Both teams adorned with the stripes down the side. We're sitting opposite the table, opposite the teams, up high on the indoor track here at Snowflake High School. Very good hospitality here setting us up. We've got all the production team coming live to bring you this game as there's a shot inbound. Dazen gets it away from Boone. That's going to go up. That's going to be a foul on Boone, and that's going to be Boone's second, and I believe they're bringing Brewer in.
So good effort there by Dazen as he earns himself a trip to the line. He just didn't give up on that one. Sort of got out of control offensively, but never gave up on the play. Ball kicked around a little bit and ends up back in his hands, and he earns himself a game-tying free throw here at 18. So,
and you know, if you're either team, free throws are huge. I know in the loss last week of the Lobos to Blue Ridge, the free throw shooting was not where a coach would want it to be. I would think in high school ball, and I don't know this, give me your thoughts. I would think that you're wanting to shoot 80% to 85%.
Yeah, you'd love that.
I mean, yeah, that's probably high. Maybe it's 75, but nonetheless, here's Dazen to give his chance a team at a lead, and that's no good off the front of the mark. Rebounded Irvin. Irvin over to Lewis. Lewis long court pass to Hall. Hall dribbles to the middle at the free throw line. That's going to go to Brewer, steps back, and that's going to be whistled. Hall's going to be whistled with a
I'm going to disagree with old Jake Udall on that one. Brewer had his pivot foot. He moved the front foot and then came back. He never moved that pivot foot.
Do you think he called that on him or on Hall?
No, he called on Brewer.
Brewer,
He
okay.
did. He pointed at Brewer and signaled traveling. I mean, maybe replay will show us something different, but
Also, Kobzowicz into the game, wearing number 23 for the Cougars, as there's a ball off, and Aiden Court with the rebound. Aiden Court kind of playing the swingman role as Aiden crosses half court. He now gives it to Brewer. Brewer gets it knocked away by Dazen. He's going to shoot a right-handed shot. It's going to go off the mark, and now the Cougars get it, tied 18. Nash Brewer stops, slows it up a little, brings it across the time stripe. Brewer top of the key, over to Seeley. Seeley now over to Dazen. Dazen in the
good block by Brewer there. He comes over on the help side defense.
Hey, 23. What do you call that one? Kobzowicz?
Kobzowicz?
As that's Wallenstein. No, that is Seeley. And Seeley wide open left side, left hand miss, and that's Mr. K, and he hits down a three. Kobzowicz for three. 3-point lead for the Cougars, as that is a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot.
Now Lobos have gotten cold here a little bit, Aaron, as they haven't scored for about 5 minutes now. Cougars ratcheting up the defensive pressure. Another turnover. Another wide open three. Oh,
no good off the rebound.
Well, first time we've seen Merrick Goldberg in the game too, as he checked in just a few minutes ago. So he must be healthy enough to play tonight, which is a good sign for the Lobos.
Hall over on the far side, next to the shoulder bench. Nice screen by Brewer. Brewer looks to get the give and go. Hall not able to give it to him. Now to Irvin. Irvin in the middle to, is that Oberg?
That
it
was
is Oberg. Oberg is playing rebound. Oberg off the mark, rebound Brewer. As Brewer and Irvin are going to tie up, and we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul. And they're actually going to call the foul on Irvin, so that's going to be the third team. But before the little extracurricular stuff happened.
Yeah, and Coach Clare trying to talk about the jump ball, which I think he might have a case there a little bit, as it looked like Brock came in and tied him up, and then a little bit of the extracurricular after the fact, but normally referees seem to call that jump ball about that time versus the foul. So
Shola with the lead. That's going to go 3-point shot. That's by Brewer, no good. Rebound.
Good rebound by
Brewer.
Asher down there. That was.
And Asher's going to get a foul. That's Sholo's first team foul of the half, as Ellsworth going to check in for Brewer. And Power back in the game, as well as Wallenstein, as well as number 20 Dazen, and I believe Bigos is in the game as Lewis. Carson Lewis for the Lobos is going to cross over center court. Lewis is left now, drives the lane, lays it up.
Yeah, good take there by Carson. That's not an easy shot, going right into the outstretched arms of Preston Power.
21-20.
He gets it to roll around in there.
21-20 Cougars on top. Dazen, long three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Irvin. That's going to be a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be on Power, and that's going to be the second team foul, and I believe that is going to be Power's first foul of the game.
Yeah,
no, it is his second foul, and that's minute 30 left, so I'm not too concerned about that. Sometimes these fast-paced games, you just don't see the fouls, which is a good thing. It makes for a much better basketball game. Carson Lewis, top of the key. Lewis drives, has it knocked away, and we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul.
Now Lewis has just got such a great first step, doesn't he? You see him just sort of bait Dazen there that, hey, I'm just going to be casually walking this ball up the floor. And the moment he sees the opening, he just takes off, earns himself a trip to the free throw line. But Carson Lewis on senior night trying to make the most of his final home game here in Lobo White.
It is the final home game. I keep forgetting that because it's senior night, but Snowflake has to go to Blue Ridge and to Holbrook next week, which for the girls and the boys are no gimme games.
Yeah.
Lewis's next free throw, good.
Well, and on the line for the Lobos tonight, you've got your number 7 ranking. You've got to stay in that top 8 to get the first bye in the playoffs.
And that's going to be huge.
So if they can do that, tonight's the start of doing that. They've got to get a win tonight.
Wallenstein, no good. No, it rattled around. Wallenstein puts it in, and that's his 8th point of the night as he puts his team back on top. We'll talk about that at halftime, Abe, as we talk about seeding and the importance of getting that first home game and possibly bringing team up as there goes into Lewis. Lewis kisses it off the backboard, but it doesn't fall.
Might be one of his easiest ones all night, Aaron.
I know.
He just gets a little excited.
Bigos with the ball, drives in the middle, over to Ellsworth, back to Bigos. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Brewer of the Lobos. Brewer to Coor. Coor now crosses over. 31 seconds left in the half. To Lewis. Lewis drives in, give and go to Coor. Coor's going to go, and he's going to be fouled.
That great give and go there between Coor and Lewis. Carson gets the ball. You see it right there. Aiden just goes right to the basket and is able to draw the foul there on Bigos. Aiden here with the chance to get the Lobos the lead with 28 seconds to go in the first half.
Aiden, no points on the night thus far, and misses his opportunity to get him.
Looks like Coach Clare will come for Aiden Coor with Noah Baum at the scorers table.
And that's Coor's first points of the game as he makes. And that's going to knot us at 23. As the Lobos went into this second quarter with a 14-11 lead over the Show Low Cougars, as like you said, we have Baum checking in, as well as Obert, Brewer, Hall, and Lewis in for the Lobos.
Oh, good tip there by Lewis.
As Baum on the run, Baum inside to Lewis. Lewis pushes it off, and that one's going to fall. Another 2 points for Carson Lewis. Now up to 10 seconds left. Ellsworth pushing it. Ellsworth over to Wallentyne. Wallentyne to his left. Now it's a long three.
Got a chance. Oh.
And that's off the mark. We're going to go to halftime up. Lobos up 25-23. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Hey, White Mountains, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center on the Deuce and Sholo. At Horn Auto Center, we're proud to offer the best pricing on all of our new inventory. We won't be beat on price. We'll honor any advertised price on a comparably equipped vehicle on any new Chevy, GMC, or Cadillac. It's that simple. Save time, gas, and money while keeping your tax dollars local when you visit Horn Auto Center. Come see us on the Deuce and Sholo, where we won't be beat on price. Horn Auto Center, the Chevy and GMC store that saves you more.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Show Low Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Show Low Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Show Low Ford has the best deal. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right, not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Winning takes focus, preparation, and support. Keep focused on your dream career while saving thousands in tuition costs at Northland Pioneer College. We're here to support your goals and see you succeed. Visit npc.edu to see our programs. An academic advisor will get you on the right path to achieve your educational goals. Northland Pioneer College, expanding minds, transforming lives.
Hey, White Mountains, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center on the Deuce and Sholo. At Horn Auto Center, we're proud to offer the best pricing on all of our new inventory. We won't be beat on price. We'll honor any advertised price on a comparably equipped vehicle on any new Chevy, GMC, or Cadillac. It's that simple. Save time, gas, and money while keeping your tax dollars local when you visit Horn Auto Center. Come see us on the Deuce and Sholo, where we won't be beat on price. Horn Auto Center, the Chevy and GMC store that saves you more.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we get a look at the dollar half-court shot chaos. As now we're going to bring in our Honda.
We've seen 2 go in.
We've seen 2 go in. So the chaos is, well, it is what it is. But, you know, Abe, we're going to segue into our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. Honda Ski and Outdoor for all your outdoor and skiing needs, located just 3 miles east-west of 260. Abe, I'm just going to throw it out there. Comments on the first half. Notable standouts for each team.
You know, I think when we talk about our Ace Hardware's keys to the game, the Lobos have gotten what they wanted in the transition game and defensively. You know, you held a good shooting Sholo team to 23 points in the first half. That plays well to averages, and they were able to get out and run. We saw Carson Lewis run the fast break, J.J. Hall, Aiden Core, just a great effort in that regard. And then one thing we saw so far out of the Lobos, too, is in the half court, they've done a good job of executing and getting layups. They haven't made all those, but they've at least shown some life offensively in the half court, which hasn't really been their forte so far this year. So good effort there by the Lobos. And the Sholo Cougars, to their credit, they haven't shot the ball real well like they did over at their place. But, you know, they bounced back from down 18-11 early in that second quarter.
Yep.
And they bounced back, took the lead briefly there. And if it wasn't for a couple of free throws near the end for Carson Lewis, you know, Sholo takes the halftime lead. So even though they're not having their best night shooting from the floor, they're still making things happen.
And any notables you want to bring up for the Sholo Cougars?
You know, I think we've talked about Wallentyne has really impressed. We came in here looking for Preston Power, rightfully so. But, man, Wallentyne, he's got that short 15-footer along the baseline going for him. He's made some great passes out of those situations. I really feel like he's been their catalyst tonight. And I'm sure in the second half, you know, good players like Power, they're not going to stay quiet forever. Same with Nash Brewer. You know, they'll get going, and if Wallentyne can keep on his, you know, that'll be a big key for the Cougars.
Well, as we can go down scoring of the Sholo Cougars, Abe, Brewer has 4, Seeley has 3, Power with 4, Dazen has the lone one on the free throw, Kobzowicz with 3, and Wallentyne leading his team scoring-wise with 8. We flip to the Lobo side, and I got to look at the play of Carson Lewis has been really good.
He's been great tonight.
And Lewis is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Lewis has 11 in the first half.
Yeah.
So he leads all scorers. J.J. Hall with 3, Claire with 4. Claire with a kind of a critical swing 4. Brewer with 2, Irvin with 2, Coor with 1, as well as Baum with 2. So the Lobos have really spread it around other than Carson Lewis. So, okay, that's great. 25-23, let's wipe the scoreboard clean. So if you're Sholo, if you're Snowflake, the proverbial, what do you got to do, Abe, to win this game?
Well, I think if you're the Lobos, you've got to continue to get transition offense going. That's just, it's how they win ball games this year. It's what they've got. It's their personnel. That's why Carson Lewis has 11 points. He gets out and runs and pushes the ball hard. And then for the Cougars, you've got to limit that transition, and then you've got to start hitting some shots. And when you're on the road, hitting shots means getting to the basket. You know, like shooting threes, you can start doing that when momentum's going and you've got a good look, but you've got to press the issue and go after and attack the basket.
Well, I feel like when you feel like Sholo, I feel like their 5 players are just kind of, they spread, they collapse. There's not, their offense is their 5, working it any which way. Brewer does bring down the ball, but then they work it out on the perimeter and they set up something. But Snowflake is a little more traditional transition, whereas Sholo is relying a lot on spreading you and then give and go, drive in. But I haven't seen that like I thought I would. And, you know, I think if you're Sholo, I think you got to go to a little bit more traditional style. I'm not saying break from what they're doing, but another thing with them is they've just had a few missed shots off the front of that rim, off the back of the iron, and you're not at your home gym. It's a little bit unfamiliar. This is not a great place to play if you're the visiting team.
Yeah.
And
it's loud in here. It's
loud.
It's not an
There's a
easy
good crowd
gym to shoot in sometimes too. You don't get great. Having shot in here and played in here a little bit, it's not an easy gym to shoot in. So that's why I'm saying I think if you're Sholo, if you're Coach Simmons at halftime, I think you talk to your guys. We got to attack. We got to attack the zone, put the pressure on the Lobos offensively.
As Sholo's going to get the alternating possession, and we're going to end up with them, and they're going to actually kick it around a little, and then it's going to go out of bounds. And that pass was intended for Ellsworth. Now the ball belongs to the Lobos, up 2 very early into this second half. Is a very good crowd on hand. The student section about 90, I'm going to call that 85 to 90% full. And we look at the opposite side, and a good crowd over joining us here as Sholo's got a little bit of a makeshift student section over by the door entrance. And
Coach Claire's going to take a timeout.
We're going to take a timeout, so we're going to go ahead and take one too. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Welcome back. Snowflake to inbound the ball with a 2-point lead, and as we're gonna do something a little bit different here. As there's Coor over to Hall. No, that's Lewis. Lewis 3-point shot, no good. Wallenstein with the rebound. And Abe, as we look at the playoffs, one of the things you mentioned in the first half that I kind of want to build off of right here is that home court advantage. Is that's Power up for his first points in the second half. Power giving his team the tie against the Lobos. First points in the second half for the Cougars. Is looking at the rankings, the boys' rankings for the 3A.
Good look by Aiden.
That is a nice pass in by Brock Irvin, 27-25. As they're going to be a steal, and that's going to be forward to Hall. Hall's going to travel. Hall's going to go, and that's going to be a foul on Ellsworth, and Hall's going to go to the line and shoot a couple. 27-25, Lobos up. Now, these Cougars are ranked 12th, and they have left to play. They have Snowflake, Payson, Blue Ridge, and Winslow. That's not an easy schedule.
No, especially you're on the road at Payson. They're near the bottom of the region, but that's always a tough road trip to do.
Hall's first free throw is good.
Blue Ridge is a big rivalry game for the Cougars. So, you know, you never know what's going to happen there. And Winslow's one of the toughest teams to play in the whole region. So, yeah, it'll be.
And they beat Payson last time by a 9-point margin. Hall's second free throw is good, 29-25. As they beat Blue Ridge by 13.
Okay.
And they beat Winslow in a 1-point game. As we're going to have an offensive foul against the Cougars. And that's going to go against Power. No.
I think Brewer. I think that was Brewer on Brewer.
That's going to be Brewer's second team. And ball's going to belong to the Lobos, up 29-25, 4-point lead. So, okay, Abe, we both coached a little bit. We both played a little bit. How important is that first game at home? Spell it out.
Oh, you've got to have home court advantage, especially when teams have got to come up the mountain to us. And we've seen it time and time again, Aaron. Even in football this year, Snowflake had to go on the road for that first region or for that first state playoff game. They end up losing. And it's just hard to play on the road in the playoffs. And when teams have to come up the mountain, that's not an easy road trip. So,
well, last year we saw the Lobos play a first-round game. This is the Lady Lobos, as Power almost has it knocked away now. Brewer's going to save it. Brewer comes down, jump stop, over the far side to Wallentine. Wallentine drives the lane left side, scoops it to his right.
Nice move.
That's going to fall for 2.
Man, Aaron, for a junior, he's going to be fun to watch.
He's going to be fun to watch.
I mean, they've got to watch him all year this year, but man, he's going to be tough as a senior next year.
So the Lady Lobos last year won their first-round play-in game. Is that Brock Irvin?
Yeah, that was
Irvin, another 2 points for the Lobos. As the Lady Lobos won their first-round game, that kind of play-in game, and that they had to go down and play the number 1 seed, Gilbert Christian. 3 points by Brewer, as that claws the Cougars back within 1. The Cougars aren't going to go away.
No.
In fact, they're going to take leads here and there. As the Lady Lobos went down and played the number 1 seed and beat Gilbert Christian at their place. Long court pass by Coor, no good. Rebound to Irvin. Irvin puts it up and in. And that's Irvin's sixth point of the second half. Gives his team a 3-point lead. And so I think the Lady Lobos playing on the road, playing in these circumstances, they were able to go down and defeat Gilbert Christian. And you should have seen all the hype they had, and the Lady Lobos just came out and won. And that's one of the few times I've seen a low, like 16 seed, go down and beat a number 1 seed at home. Absolutely astonishing to watch that. And as I saw that, I'm like, this just does not happen up on the mountain or on the reservation. Those teams like Page isn't a reservation team, but they're going to they want you, and if you're Gilbert Christian or a team like that, and you've got to go to Window Rock that first time or to Chinle and play in one of those arenas. I mean, even in the 1A conference, I've jokingly said, you look at 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A, and what is the worst road trip that could possibly happen in Arizona high school? And I figured it out, folks. I did.
Yuma to Page?
No, actually it's not. It's Valley Union, down by Douglas.
Okay.
Would have to travel to play 1A El Capitan in Colorado City. That's the worst game. As we're going to get a 30-second timeout, folks, we're going to go ahead and leave it here as we're going to chat playoffs with myself and Abe Bodden. As when you look at stuff like that, and that happened this year. Valley Union had to go up to Colorado City and play a football game. And you just think about that, and you think about a Coolidge or one of these top-tier teams, a Coolidge having to go to a Page. That's not fun.
Yeah.
And
and that's why it will be important, Aaron, for the Cougars to maintain, because once you get out of the top 16, that now you're on the road, right? So these next 3 games, finishing off tonight, and then going on that road to Payson and then 2 home games, it's critical that they win out, or at least win 2 out of those 3. I mean, you could probably stumble once and still stay in that top 16, but you want to have that first-round home game.
As there's a steal by the Lobos, up 3. Now the ball is to Brewer. Brewer back to Irvin. Irvin over to Brewer. Brewer to Hall. Hall, 3-point shot. No good. Rebound is Brewer. Nash Brewer. And brings up the court. Now, if I look at the boys, Valley Christian and Gilbert Christian are going to be tough outs no matter what.
Yes.
Yuma Catholic's up there. But what I'm seeing on that is, and then Holbrook's 4th, somebody's going to have to go play at Yuma Catholic. It could possibly be one of these teams right here.
Yeah.
And I've made that trek from the White Mountains to Yuma Catholic. It is a long, arduous trip. The only thing that's good about going down to Yuma in February is what, Abe? The weather.
But that's only baseball.
Oh. And yeah, basketball you got to watch inside. That could be the first outdoor stadium in the history. Keelan Catholic putting an outdoor arena down there. Is number 5, Thomas Ellsworth, throws it up, no good, but there is a foul on the Lobos. That's Aiden Core. That is the 4th team, and we're only halfway through. That could be big. It's about inbound to Wallentine. Wallentine to Ellsworth. We'll get back to the playoff picture, folks, here in a little bit. Ball's inside to Power. Power, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Brewer. Brewer kicks it over to Seeley. Seeley, no good. Rebounded Brewer. Nash Brewer, no good. J.J. Hall ends up with the ball. That rhymes.
That was a great call. Right
that was a great. Well, I've got a lot of great calls. I gotta brag. My favorite one was the other night, even though nobody's gonna care, because I mentioned we were in Winslow at the Don Petronovich Gymnasium, that we were around the corner from standing on the corner.
Nice.
And you got to get a little cheesy when you do this.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid to say those things as Hall with the ball, which won't be the last time I'm saying that today, by the way. As Sholo to inbound. Ellsworth with the ball. Hey, Sholo only down 3 midway through this 3rd quarter to Wallentine. Wallentine into Power. Power, 6-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Nash, Brewer. Excuse me. Asher, Nasher, Asher, Brewer. I'm sorry to both of them. It's Nash and Asher. Hall over to Boone. Boone inside to Brewer.
Man, good move there by Asher. I thought that was a for sure steal there, as Boone's able to sneak it in over to Asher, but man, good power move to get that thing up off the glass.
35-30, Lobos lead. Inside to, that's number 22. That is Stoddard. Stoddard for 2. And that's going to keep the Cougars in nipping on the heels of the Lobos. Coach Simmons instructing his boys here. Is Carson Lewis going to get the ball at the top of the key? Lewis to his left, right now to his left. Lewis over to Hall. Hall to the left side. Hall
good
inside
pass.
the core. Core up and in. Aiden Core, 2 points.
Good look there by JJ. Just finds us all alone, Aiden Core, underneath the basket.
Just a great job by Aiden kissing that ball off the backboard and shoving it in the hole. Great job for him. As we're going to get a long 3-pointer by Brewer. No good. Rebounded Boone. Boone of the Lobos now to Lewis over on the far side. I love it when they use that backboard. I absolutely love it when they kiss that ball off, and Aiden Core did it about as good as you can do there.
Bucket here for the Lobos would be big.
As Core's going to go into Hall, and Hall's going to. So, Abe, as we look and round out those rankings, 24 teams go to state, although we have that play in. Blue Ridge is on the cusp right now at 24. Payson sits at 21. Then you go all the way up to 12 of the Cougars, 7 of the Lobos, but then those Holbrook Roadrunners. And I kind of watched Holbrook get defeated by the Winslow Bulldogs the other night in a kind of a close one.
Where did you say Winslow was? I don't know if
Winslo's 13th. They're behind
13th.
Sholo
Okay,
at 12.
they're right. Okay.
As ball is, that is a drive by Stoddard.
So I mean, as it sits right now, all the teams in the East are in. Because you said Blue Ridge was 24,
yep,
and then Payson was 21, or maybe I had those two flipped, but
Stoddard goes to the line to shoot a couple.
Good basketball being played over here in the East.
As 7, I'm missing one. I have, as Stoddard misses off, I have 7 points, but that doesn't match the score for, so I'm missing one of the points for the Cougars. I apologize. As Stoddard goes to the line to hit his second one. Stoddard, second free throw, no good. Rebound. The K-Man, Mr. Kobowitz. I can't pronounce it. Sure wish I could hear it. As Carson Lewis is going to get called to the carry. That's going to not be happy under the Lobo faithful. As probably close to 800-900 people packed in here to the den at Snowflake High School tonight. Watching it, we got you folks at home that don't want to enter into this little bit chilly weather for the evening. Over on the far side is Bigos. Bigos into Ellsworth.
Good steal by Boone.
Ellsworth tries to go to Stoddard. Stoddard denied. That's going to be a whistle, and that's going to be a foul. That's going to be the third team foul on the Cougars. Lobos at 5. As
good anticipation there by Ty Boone, as you saw on the replay there. He knew where the Cougars were trying to come with the basketball, and he just jumped in front of the guy and gets the steal. So good play there by Ty Boone, big 32.
Dazen checks into the ball game for the Snowflake Lobos. As Boone gets the ball at the free throw line, shucks it left, shucks it right now, and goes to Lewis. Lewis misses about a 4-foot jumper, no good. Now the ball comes back. Bigos for the Cougars, brings the ball down left side. He now sends it back out to Dazen. Dazen, three-point shot, no good. Dazen's going to try to go and save it, and it's going to hit the line, and that's going to belong to the Snowflake Lobos. Welcome, folks, to Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as the Snowflake Lobos taking on the visiting Show Cougars. We saw the Snowflake Lady Lobos defeat the Show Lady Cougars earlier in the night as Show down a couple of their players, and the Snowflake able to take a little bit of advantage of that.
So Lobos sort of bailed out there as Landon Clare was going up for the shot. Looked like maybe it was going to be a travel, but they called a jump ball. Lobos retain the possession here. Got to have a good offensive set here as you finish off the quarter.
Well, it's only a 5-point lead like we're looking at, Abe, as Landon Clare goes in. Landon, tries to get into Boone, forces it a little bit. Boone, no good.
Oh, that's a walk, yep.
Travel's going to be called on Bigos for the Cougars. And folks, we're going to take a break in a little bit, and we're going to come back and give you the fourth quarter as Merrick Olberg checks in for Carson Lewis, giving Carson Lewis a breather. I'm sure Coach Clare wanting him fresh to play this fourth quarter ball with the way he's been playing.
10 seconds, you got to go. Merrick with a good look. Oh,
Merrick, good off the mark, no good. We're going to take a break. This is Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball. Stay tuned. We're going to come back and give you the fourth quarter after this.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Show Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Show Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Show Ford has the best deal. Show Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at ShowFord.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back to Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com, and this is the start of the fourth quarter, which means it's time for our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. Northland Pioneer College, when it comes to start tip-off your college education, tip it off the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College, locations in Navajo and Apache County. Northland Pioneer College is Wallentine in the corner. Seeley, Wallentine, and that's Ellsworth throwing it back and forth. Now over to Brewer, back to Seeley. As that's going to be stolen by Landon Clare. Landon Clare right side. Landon goes up. Landon's going to get fouled. And that's going to be a foul on Ellsworth. And Landon's going to go to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
Man, good take there by Landon Clare. If you're Seeley, I think you've got to just let him go there. You're well behind the play. And he, of course, is going to disagree that he fouled him. I'm not sure if he did much, but, you know, Landon's already in the air. That's sort of the rule of thumb.
Well, when you change direction, you're not going to catch up. I mean, I applaud the young man as Landon misses it, so the foul might have been an okay thing, but Lobos end up back with it. That's Baum. Baum to Merrick Olberg in the middle. Baum now dribbles to the middle, top of the key. Baum looks now to Brewer. Brewer over to Clare. Clare, no good. Rebound, Boone in the middle. But Boone has it knocked away, and that's going to go to Ellsworth, as Ellsworth's going to bring the ball up the court, and we're going to get ourselves.
Did they not reset the shot clock, or was
no, the shot clock
Quinn Ashton
reset.
was going like, you know, giving the spiral signal.
Oh, there is something about shot clock. So now we get a 33-second, 32 on the shot clock. To Ellsworth, to Brewer, back to Ellsworth. Ellsworth over to Seeley. Seeley now to Wallentine. Wallentine gone pretty silent in this second half. Not like the explosive first half he has. And Abe, if the Cougars are going to get back into this game only down 7. Wallenstein is going to have to do what he did in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. He's been their most consistent scorer, and right there just trying to force the issue a bit much.
Claire with a long open three-pointer and whistle, and we're going to have another foul. As I think
they're going to get Ty Boone down here.
I think they are too. It was an offensive foul.
Great job by our cameraman there as he catches Ty. He's on the moving screen.
I think Abe too is Sholo is just as we're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout too. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. As Abe just pointed out to me that the team fouls are at 1 for this quarter as Boone just got whistled for his 3rd. But we're a minute and a half into this 4th quarter, and there's not really a foul problem as I'm Aaron Hewish. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. Nash Brewer mishandles it. Ball goes in the backcourt, and that's going to belong to the Lobos. I'd like to run down our sponsors real quick. Ace Hardware, Deemer's Glass, Summit Healthcare, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Horn Auto, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm joined by Abe Bodden. We got Ron, Robin, Jameson, and Justice on the camera, as well as RJ and our technical director, Mel, in the truck. Thank you for them as Nash Brewer is going to steal it, and Nash is on the run. One-on-one against Solberg. Nash shoots it out the backboard, way over, and that's going to be a foul on the Sholo Cougars against Asher Brewer. As we watch this, nice job by our cameraman, and I guess Nash came in and kind of knocked it down.
Brewer crime there.
Brewer on Brewer. Nasher against Nasher.
Yeah.
Now we're making up things, Abe. People are going to text us with mashing our name together. Yeah. Aben. Arab. I don't think that one works as well.
That one might not fly quite as well.
Yeah.
A good dish by Ty Boone.
That's going to be an offensive foul. Is that going to be a foul on Boone? Let's watch it here.
They're calling it on Claire, on Landon.
They're calling it on Claire, lowering his shoulder as Coach Joe Claire gives kind of a, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
great job by Ron down there on the camera to get that one.
Would probably tend to agree with old Coach Claire there a little bit, but
as we're going to have a whistle and Wallenstein's going to have to sit. Looks like that knee might be bothering him. As I don't 1, 2, 3. I see 5 on the court.
I think they had a sub. Quinn Ashton had his hand up over there, and the other referee had given the ball too early. So
it looked like Wallenstein kind of hobbled off, and he does have a knee brace on. That doesn't mean a whole lot, but maybe he doesn't look like he is. 3-point shot, no good by the Cougars. Nash Brewer the rebound. Nash puts it up, no good. And we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul, and I believe that's going to be on Ezra Baum, as that's going to be Snowflake's 3rd team foul.
They're going to give it to Brock.
That's going to go to Irvin. That's going to be the 4th team foul, and that is the 4th foul on Brock Irvin, as we're going to have 3 check in. We're going to have Hall, Coor, and Lewis. And as much as I like this group that's out there, and also
I think you're bringing pretty much all your starters out.
I believe that Brewer's going to come back in. So the lone Lobo that's going to remain is going to be Boone.
Ty Boone.
Folks, 7-point lead, 5 minutes and 54 seconds, just under 6 here in the 4th quarter from Snowflake High School. Brewer's second one is up, and that's good. Brewer makes the second, cuts the lead to 6, 39-33. Low-scoring defensive battle. Both teams, a little bit of misfortune, having the shots roll in and around. There's Brewer on the far side to Coor. Coor loses it, goes back. That's going to go to Brewer. Brewer's going to put it up.
Good look by Ty.
That's 41-33.
Great offensive set there by the Lobos as Asher's able to roll around the screen. Ty Boone finds him. That's what you need right there, Eric. Just good, solid offensive possessions if you're the Lobos.
Here's Brewer for 3. No good. Rebound. Rebound power. Power now goes baseline jumper, no good. Out of bounds, stays here with the Cougars. 41-33, 8-point lead, 5 minutes and 10 seconds left. And if you're Sholo, at what point do you have to start throwing the three up? As Wallenstein is now walking on the back area, and he has his foot against the wall, stretching that out. And Abe, that is not good if you're a Cougar faithful.
Yeah, you want him in there. He's been your most reliable offensive weapon. And yeah, they've got to start looking for some threes, especially in this zone. Oh, there's Lewis on the steal.
Lewis gets the steal. Lewis kicks it down. Now Lewis is going to be bumped, and we're going to have a foul on Seeley, and that's going to be Seeley's. Are they going to call that an intentional?
I don't think so. I haven't seen anything yet.
I don't think it's malicious, but I think it was the aftermath.
He was sort of Seeley was standing over,
but I don't
think Lewis took exception to that.
Looking at the replay, I don't think he was taunting. I just think that's two good basketball players. We watch it on the replay one more time as he bounces him out of bounds, and he kind of.
It comes back at him a little bit, but
he might have said something.
It's just competitive fire, and no malintent there.
Hey, we got a timeout. We're going to take one to the Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball at iTalk1067.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Welcome back, Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball as we get set to bring you the last 5 minutes of this rivalry basketball game. White Mountain basketball. Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as J.J. Lewis puts it up. Rebound is three-pointer, no good by Carson.
Get it, Ty.
Go. Asher Brewer. Boone's going to get it. Boone's going to put it up. Boone's going to be fouled.
Yeah, great put back there by old Ty Boone.
Now, that is Boone's first points of the game, but doesn't matter. We can't underestimate his contribution defensively as Boone extends the lead to 10.
Well, that might be sort of the Honda play of the game right there.
Well,
that's going to put them up 10. That's going to foul out Cutter Seeley as well. So that's a big swing right there. You know, Carson Lewis gets the steal that sort of sets all of this up. He gets the steal, runs it down, gets a foul on Cutter Seeley, and then Cutter fouls here on Ty Boone, fouling him out of the game. And Ty converts to put the logos up 11. So 4 minutes to go. That's a big play right there.
Yeah, our Hornado Center drive of the half.
Oh, sorry,
candidate right there.
Center, my bad.
That's okay. Honda Ski and Outdoor. They give us our post-game show, which has the Hornado Center drive. Brewer goes. Brewer outside, sends it back over. As that was Ellsworth's fifth foul, Abe. So Ellsworth's out of the game now.
Oh, sorry, I said Seeley. Was that Ellsworth number 5?
Ellsworth is 5. Yeah, I've got it confused tonight too. As 22 for the Cougars. That's Stoddard. Stoddard goes no good. Rebound Cougars. 3-point shot by Bigos, no good. And now Aiden Corns up the rebound. Aiden, long court pass to Lewis. Lewis drives now. Lewis brings it back out. Coors ball at the free throw line. Free throw drives good. No good. Coors going to go to the line and he's going to shoot a pair.
Well, they leave Aiden wide open here. You see him come down the lane. Good little Euro step. Power just gets his hand in the cookie jar. That's going to put Aiden on the line, shooting 2. If he could convert on both these, Aaron, that puts the Lobos up big here as they come down the home stretch.
Of course, first one is no good.
Tough luck, Aiden.
We're going to get a timeout. We're going to take it too. This is Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back, Aiden Core, Shola Forge Presentation High School Basketball on iTech1067.com as Aiden Core is going to attempt his second free throw with a cleared Lobo lane, as Core's second free throw is good. And that puts the Lobos up 45-33, 12-point lead, just over 4 minutes. So halfway through this fourth quarter's tick by is Brewer. Brewer over to Bigos. Brewer now takes it to the side, over side of his bench, far side. Inside to Power. Power up and
Good
in.
hand by
No
Ty.
good. Oh, Power's going to be fouled. I think that's going to be on. Are they going to call that on Court?
I think they got it on
they
Ty
are.
Boone.
They got it on Boone. That's Boone's fourth. I thought it was either Coor or Brewer, and sure enough, it's on Boone. Powers to shoot a couple.
I think initially Ty had good defense on him. Sort of went straight up, but then as Power got to his peak, Ty did the thing you're taught not to do, and that's bring your arm down. They'll draw the foul almost every time.
And Abe, we have a 11-point lead right now as Power misses his second, but as the beginning of the game, it felt like the Lobos had the momentum, but Shola was right there nipping on the heels. Now the Lobos have the momentum, the Cougars seem to have, but they're still down, and it just seems like an insurmountable task to get back in this game. I'm just not seeing the hurry up I thought I would see out of them at this point.
Well, they keep being very methodical on offense, and like what I talked about at halftime, Aaron, I feel like they've got to press the issue a little bit, and especially here in crunch time, as you see Power go to the hoop. That's what you want right there.
Right there. That's what they're going to have to do.
You get a basket, you get a quick basket. Now put the pressure on the Lobos to run an offensive set.
That cuts it to 9. Lots of time left. Lots of time left for the Cougars. They're one big basket and big takeaway like that, except Aiden Core gets the rebound. And the Cougars had possession. Cougars had possession. Aiden Core gets it by getting it knocked away, and Core puts it up for 2. As now we have back to an 11-point lead. That's not a three-point shot by, that's Keegan Kobzewicz.
What year is he? He's a good-looking player.
He's a junior too.
Yeah,
so they're going to have Wallentyne, Kobzewicz. They're going to have number 3, Bigos Mason. He's a sophomore. Ellsworth's the junior. So they lose Seeley, Power, Brewer off their starting 5, but they get Ellsworth, Wallentyne, Kobzewicz, Stoddard's a senior, Dazen's only a sophomore, and so these Shola Cougars aren't going away.
Yeah, they'll return a good team again next year too. And hey, they're right in it here, Aaron. So they've now forced a turnover. If they can go get another quick basket, go attack the hoop here. See, good things will happen.
Absolutely. As Power goes in, that's going to be Ty's 5th, and more importantly, Abe, that's the 5th team. So that could be the break that the Shola Cougars need to go up as Power is going to go to the line to shoot 2. And the Snowflake student section is giving Ty Boone a little bit of a hand as he goes out. The senior on senior night fouling out as he's going to be replaced by Irvin, and Irvin has 4.
He does, yeah. And Ty gave him some really valuable minutes because Brock went out with 4 early about halfway through that third quarter. He's been on the bench here. So he's got to come in and battle with Power, and that's not going to be an easy task to do with 4 fouls.
Now Power's going to make his first one, but we're going to take a break. The Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTech1067.com.
Winning takes focus, preparation, and support. Keep focused on your dream career while saving thousands in tuition costs at Northland Pioneer College. We're here to support your goals and see you succeed. Visit npc.edu to see our programs. An academic advisor will get you on the right path to achieve your educational goals. Northland Pioneer College, expanding minds, transforming lives.
Hey White Mountains, it's Joe G from Horn Auto Center on the Deuce and Sholo. At Horn Auto Center, we're proud to offer the best pricing on all of our new inventory. We won't be beat on price. We'll honor any advertised price on a comparably equipped vehicle on any new Chevy, GMC, or Cadillac. It's that simple. Save time, gas, and money while keeping your tax dollars local when you visit Horn Auto Center. Come see us on the Deuce and Sholo where we won't be beat on price. Horn Auto Center, the Chevy and GMC store that saves you more.
at center.
Welcome back to Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. As Preston Power a chance to cut the lead again as he made his first free throw. Coach Simmons taking a timeout to talk to his Sholo Cougars. Here's Power's second free throw. It's up. It's good. Powers with the second free throw, and that cuts the lead to 7 points. As they mentioned, a big stop, and that free throw right there by Power. Snowflake, both teams actually over the team foul limit. That could be, but could be a factor. As a Snowflake, what did you say they needed to do, Abe? As we're going to get a travel on Carson Lewis. What did you say Snowflake needed to do? They needed to slow it down.
Slow it down, work a good offensive set.
They
tried. They tried right there, but yeah, you got to quit turning the ball over. You've got to be sure with the ball at this point in the game. You've got to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to not turn that ball over, because that's the only way the Cougars get back in the game here.
I think the Cougars, and I see Kobzewicz sitting, and I think he's one of their shooters. I was actually surprised to see him go down. As Wallentine gets the ball from Bigos, back over to Wallentine, back to Bigos, back to Wallentine. Wallentine over to Bigos, three-point range, and it's going to be intended inside for Stoddard, and that's going to be intercepted by Brock Irvin. Now, that is Baum brings the ball across. Baum had Aiden Kaur wide open, wasn't able to get the pass in. Now Baum dribbles to the near side, back to Brewer, inside to Irvin, no good. Sholo comes out, and they're pushing it a little bit.
Oh, another big steal there by Brock Irvin.
Another big steal by Brock Irvin.
He's got Landon.
Goes down to Landon Clare. Landon Clare up, no good. Rebound Irvin. Irvin puts it back up, and that's going to be.
Yeah, good sequence there for the Lobos. Good sequence there for the Lobos.
We're going to get a timeout. They're going to take it. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take a minute as well. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. Minute 21 seconds left. The Sholo Cougars are going to inbound the ball down 9. I'm Aaron Hewish, joined by Abe Bodden this evening. Abe giving some great insight on this 3A East matchup, a rivalry game, which are always fun. As Stoddard gets the ball on the far side to Brewer. Brewer kind of wanted that 3. Now Brewer's going to take it back over to Bigos. Bigos drives the lane, 8-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Carson Lewis. Carson Lewis ahead to Baum. Baum over to Asher Brewer. Asher Brewer up.
Lobos earned it on defense tonight.
Power for 3. No good. Rebound, Kaur. Kaur now is going to take it. Kaur over the time stripe, over to Brewer. Brewer ahead court pass. It's good. 45 seconds left, 53, 13-point lead as the Lobos are looking pretty good. Pretty good spot here. Bigos with the ball, over to Wallentine. Wallentine to Power. Power up, good inside for Preston Power. 2 points, cuts the lead to 11. Aiden Kaur inbounded, now over to Baum. Baum crosses over in front of his bench. Baum being trapped. Now to Kaur. Kaur's in the middle at the 28-foot line. To Lewis, to Irvin. And I think Sholo might just let this one go. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left as Carson Lewis puts it up for 2. We're going to go ahead, folks, and we're going to say that this one's put away as a 3-point shot is good by Bigos at the buzzer. That's going to make our final 55-45. A victory for the Snowflake Lobos. We're going to go ahead and segue into our Honda Ski and Outdoor post-game show. Abe, overall thoughts as we continue with our post-game show?
Well, that final quarter, the Lobos did it on the defensive end, and they got out and ran. I mean, that's how they go this year, Aaron, and we talked about it at the top. If they can do that, they're a dangerous team because they play good enough defense. They play hard-nosed defense. They rebound well. I think Coach Claire's found a good rotation right now. That starting lineup has only been together for 2 games now, and they've pulled off 2 very impressive wins against Chinley and a tough Sholo team. And they've got good contributions tonight from Ty Boone off the bench. They got a great contribution from the bench, and that's sort of how the Lobos are going to win as they go forward in the final week of the season and into the playoffs. And hey, they did what they needed to do to try to be in that first round bye. If you finish in that top 8, they're sitting at number 7 right now. It looks like it'll be hard for them to jump many teams above them, but you get that first round bye, and then you're going to get that second round game at home. They did their job for that tonight.
I feel like Sholo fought a really good fight to the end.
They did.
But I just felt like their buckets were not falling. Yep. Like just a bad night of baskets. And
well, what did they score in the first outing? 72, and tonight's 45.
Yeah.
Right, so that's a huge swing.
Yeah, and that's on their home court. It's difficult to go. Sholo a little bit difficult to end the season, but both these teams got to beat very good region teams as they move forward. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our Horn Auto Center drive of the half, and I'm going to have to go with Abe Boddens. With 4 minutes and 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Ty Boone got the ball, drove the lane, shot it, kissed it off the glass, it dropped, and he got an and one, and he made that free throw, which gave the Lobos put them over the top. They were up by 7 or 8 at that point, and that's when you just kind of felt that, boom, that's going to be the icing. That's going to be put the game in the deep freeze, and that's how it's going to go. So we're going to give our Horn Auto Center drive of the half to Ty Boone with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left with his shot and his and one. Now we got to go to our Deemer's Glass man of the game. And Asher Brewer had 10 points tonight. Brock Irvin had 10 points. We talked about the play of Aiden Kaur. However, senior Carson Lewis had 13 points, and he led his Lobo team. Preston Powers 13 in a losing effort. Nash Brewer with 8 in a losing effort. Cameron Wallentine with 12 in a losing effort. But Carson Lewis, Preston Powers both leading their team with 13. I'm going to say that our Deemer's Glass man of the game is going to be Carson Lewis.
Great. Yep. Carson is just a hard-nosed player. He was involved in everything. Senior night, I see him over here taking pictures with his buddies. This is what high school sports is all about. The chance to create some memories for a lifetime, and that's fun. So, yeah, hats off to Carson Lewis. Led his team to a victory tonight, and he'll be pivotal for the Lobos as they move forward in their playoff hopes and see what type of run they can make in those state playoffs. So,
folks, we're going to be back live Monday night down in the dome, the mini dome. We are looking to try to get down to the mini dome in Payson, where the Sholo Cougars will take on the Payson Longhorns. And if Sholo gets the buckets to fall, they're going to have a good time with that Payson Longhorn team. But Payson's pesky, and that dome is a very hard place to play. Folks, we got to run down our sponsors one more time. Sholo Ford, our overall sponsor. Ace Hardware with our keys to the game. Deemer's Glass with our Glassman of the game, 1-888 Glassman. Summit Health with our injury report. Northland Pioneer College with our quarter tip-offs. Horn Auto Center with our drive of the game. And Mountain Mobile Auto Glass sponsoring our free throws tonight. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to everyone here that made this broadcast possible. To Ron, Robin, Jameson, Justice on the cameras, as well as Mel and RJ in the truck. I'm Aaron Hewish. I'm joined with Abe Bodden. So long, and we hope to be coming back to you soon to bring you some 3A East basketball. This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 KNKI Pine Top and italk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Dentures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 1067 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk.